Happening now, murder charges lodged in the case of a missing Angola woman, plus Congressman Tom Reed reflecting on his sexual harassment accusations. We hear from him directly next.
Well, what a surprise. More rain is in the forecast, but we are concerned about some localized poor drainage flooding tonight and tomorrow. We'll give you the details next as the News at Noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
A 38-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a missing Angola woman. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. New York State Police say Keith Ronaldo Jr. of Irving was arrested Wednesday and charged with second-degree murder in the case. The charges follows a weeks-long investigation into the disappearance of 45-year-old Gina Baca. Troopers say Baca's body was found in a small pond just outside of the Seneca Indian Reservation earlier this month. They say Baca was shot in the head, allegedly by Ronaldo Jr. The man was arraigned in the town of Brant Court and remanded to Erie County's holding center without bail. He's scheduled to reappear in the town of Brant Court next week. Congressman Tom Reed says he remembers the night in which he is accused of sexual misconduct and the aftermath of the incident, as well as its revelation to the public. Reed discussed the event, only describing it as an incident, when asked about his political future during a congressional luncheon at the Chautauqua Harbor Hotel in Celeron yesterday. The Corning Republican explains how he wanted to put ethics ahead of his political goals when dealing with the fallout.
And as we were dealing with the issue of, do we continue to run for governor and that type of thing when that went down, bottom line was my integrity and my sobriety was too important to me to go back to the world that would have led me to if I had followed the political advice of the folks that said, you need to run for governor. We just do the typical political position of deny, deny, deny.
Reed says he will not be seeking another term in Congress, but he didn't rule out a bid for governor. Well, a month of rainy weather has done a number on some of our local fruit crops, grapes in particular. Haley Potter with our news partner, Erie News Now, is hearing from farmers in the region about how their crops are faring.
A week ago, we sat down with Dave Wagner, the owner of Westgate Farms on Eastlake Road in Northeast. Following a hailstorm and some heavy rains, he expected to lose 15 to 20% of his grape crop here on the nearly 50 acres he owns.
I thought we were going to lose everything, but we didn't.
After several days of rain in the past week, and in a month where 12 of the 15 days we saw some type of rain, I wanted to check back in with Wagner.
And I said anywhere from 15 to 20%, but now I'm going to say anywhere from 5 to 10 or 5 to 15%.
He explains this week's rain didn't do as much damage as he thought it could, but he's keeping an eye to the sky and hoping for sunshine in the coming days and weeks.
We've got enough rain for a while. I mean, I'd like 2 weeks of dry weather so everything could heal up and keep on growing.
He says rain makes it hard to spray the crop to keep it clean, meaning the more rain we get, the more grapes fall off the vine, an issue he's already seen this season. They tell me here at the farm that this is what these Niagara grapes are supposed to look like, but this is what a lot of them have been looking like this year.
3, 4, 5.
Most of them splitting open and then falling off the vine, making for smaller bunches of grapes like the one I showed you. But he expects as long as we get some sunshine in the forecast that it could still be a good grape season.
But, time will tell.
Haley Potter reporting. Haley, thank you. Unfortunately, more rain is in the forecast. Dakota joins us in just a bit with more on the soaking we could get this weekend. The 25th annual Laurel Memorial Run and Walk kicked off in Jamestown this morning, highlighting the ability of those with disabilities. The run started at the Resource Center's Jamestown location, with area high school students and local officials taking part in the countywide relay. Among the highlights was Laurel's Legacy Lap at McCray Point Park, which featured those with disabilities taking a lap showing off their abilities. Laurel's parents, Wayne and Elaine Hotelling, explain that with the right opportunities, those with disabilities can shine.
These people are capable, and if you will give them opportunities which are provided by the Resource Center and others, other groups, and it's something that we really need and we need to concentrate on.
Now, events continue Saturday in Silver Creek with an 8:10 opening ceremony before a 5K walk, 8K run, another legacy lap, and award ceremonies happening mid-morning. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Sean, good to see Donna, good to see Wendy and Sandy as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We appreciate you tuning in. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by live in studio with more. I know we were just talking about the grape crop, Dakota. Rain, maybe not such good news for them, and I hear more's coming.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of a battle between Mother Nature because you don't want no rain, otherwise the crops will dry up, but you don't want as much rain as we had, otherwise we'll have crop damage, which is what we've obviously seen in that great package. Now, Sean Sweatman, who pilots a Storm Interceptor, was out in Lakewood near Smith Boys yesterday and captured this amazing shot of the storm clouds over Chautauqua Lake yesterday, and this was as that severe storm was racing into the region yesterday, and of course the storm actually passed north of the city of Jamestown. It actually moved towards the central portion of the county there. So if you have any pictures of the weather, Hunters WX on Twitter, the First Defense Weather page on Facebook, and always use that hashtag MyLocalWX. And I wanted to show you the Warren City Bank Skycam because there actually is some rain that's going to be moving on into Warren pretty shortly, and we'll show that to you here on the satellite and radar. We do have some showers already starting to pop up. No lightning strikes that's being detected in this. So for now, we're calling these mainly showers. Until we see a lightning strike, we can't call them thunder showers or even thunderstorms at that point. But that's that storm that's coming right over Youngsville right now. That's going to be coming up into Warren pretty soon. And we have some light raindrops now over Jamestown right now as we talk to you at this very moment. 81 was the high yesterday. 67 is where we started the day. 92 and 43 are the record highs and lows. So through the afternoon today, mostly cloudy to complete overcast. Rain showers will turn to a few thunderstorms later on this afternoon. Heavy at times, especially this evening and into tonight. 72 to 78 with a light wind. Now, we are concerned about the potential with that heavy rain tonight and tomorrow could cause some localized flooding issues. We'll talk about the rainfall totals. Plus, is there any sun in that 7-day? We'll talk about it in a few.
Fingers crossed, Dakota. We'll see you back in 10 minutes. At this week's City Council meeting, Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist unveiled his distribution plan for the $28 million that municipality received part of the American Rescue Plan. Of that amount, $14 million was acquired back in May and is now in the hands of the city, with the mayor saying the rest will be paid out in May 2022. Sundquist is hopeful that the funds will kickstart the economic development and lay the groundwork for what he calls a shot in the arm.
Every year at the end of the year, we can immediately take lost revenue and apply that to general services. Whether that's to the roads, to construction projects, to parks, any lost revenue category can immediately be applied. So tomorrow, the council can make a budget adjustment, take approximately $1 to $2 million that we have already accrued for 2020 and apply that to projects tomorrow.
The city has until July 1st, 2024 to commit to spending projects, and by 2026, it must be completely expended. Otherwise, the money will be returned to the Treasury Department. Well, more money in the bank for millions of families. The first payments of the expanded child's tax credit are arriving this week, and the IRS and other financially minded groups are doing what they can to get the word out to all who are eligible. Karen Kafa looks at what households need to know.
For millions of American families,
this has the potential to reduce child poverty in the same way that the Social Security reduced poverty for the elderly.
Monthly payments of up to $300 per child under age 6 and up to $250 per child under age 17 are on the way. The result of a possibly temporary expansion of the child tax credit, part of the massive COVID relief package signed by President Joe Biden in March. Households that filed a 2020 or 2019 federal income tax return and claim the regular child tax credit will get payments automatically. But families are eligible even if they didn't meet the income threshold to file.
If you have a child living in your home for more than half the year, also important that as long as the child has a social security number, you are eligible for the child tax credit.
The IRS and groups that help low-income families are working to get that word out, first pointing to irs.gov.
Those families that traditionally have not filed a tax form can just go online, enter their information. It's just basic information. Who you are, where you live, how old are your children, and where can the money be sent to.
If internet access is a hurdle, families can seek a group offering free summer tax help, like Cash Campaign of Maryland in and around Baltimore.
The other thing is, working with neighbors, friends, trusted advisors that might be able to help you to navigate.
Joseph Lightman Santa Cruz of Capital Area Asset Builders, which offers financial programs and education for low and moderate income Black and brown families in the Washington, D.C. area, also advises preparing for future payments.
Open an account with either a credit union or a bank. Let's not waste your money because you might be unbanked or underbanked. Let's make sure that the money gets directly deposited into your account.
Child tax credit payments are scheduled around the 15th of each month through the end of 2021.
Millions of children and their families, starting today, their lives are about to change for the better.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kefa.
Karen, thank you. Coming up next, when Governor Cuomo will speak with investigators amid a sexual harassment probe into his behavior. The latest on that. And later, Chautauqua County's 4-H program taking center stage. Stay with us as WNY News Now rolls along.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
COVID-19 vaccination rates are down, and cases and hospitalizations are on the rise. Health experts blame the highly transmissible Delta variant and misinformation about the vaccine and virus. Nadia Romero with the message from health officials today.
As long summer days go on, many had hoped COVID-19 concerns would be a thing of the past. Instead, the Delta variant is spreading rapidly across the country.
Delta is here, Delta is dangerous, and Delta is killing people. This should scare the hell out of you.
Hospitalizations are rising significantly in several states.
The people who are being hospitalized are those who are unvaccinated, and we think that that's come with a lot of the unmasking.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says get vaccinated and wear a mask.
People will take the message, see that they don't want this to go on, and to really go and get vaccinated now so we can prevent what could happen in the fall.
The U.S. Surgeon General stressing that it's crucial to fight misinformation.
You've got to recognize that sometimes the most trusted voices are not the ones that have the most followers on social media or the ones that have the most name recognition. Sometimes the most trusted sources are a mother or a father or a faith leader or a local doctor or a nurse.
And for those working to combat misinformation and encourage vaccinations, the pushback can be extreme. Tennessee's former top vaccine official says before she was fired, someone mailed her a dog muzzle to send her a message.
They obviously didn't know me because they sent me a size 3, which is for beagles, and I'm obviously a pit bull, which requires a size 6.
Fiscus was fired after sending a memo citing a Tennessee law that allows minors to be vaccinated without their parents' permission, as concerns over the Delta variant spread looms over schools reopening this fall. In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is expected to be questioned tomorrow by members of New York State's Attorney General's office. It's related to their investigation into sexual harassment charges against him. That's according to a source familiar with the investigation. The interview with Cuomo signals the investigation might be nearing its final stages, but there remains no timeline on when the AG report is expected to be released. A senior advisor to Cuomo released a statement yesterday saying in part, the continued leaks are more evidence of the transparent political motivation of the Attorney General's review. Now, New York State Attorney General's office hasn't commented on this yet. A Republican conference of lawmakers here in New York unveiled a package of legislation aimed at protecting crime victims yesterday. It's known as the Victims' Justice Agenda and was brought forward as response to the rising violent crime rates statewide. Republicans have argued these rates are a result of policies of the GOP has called a pro-criminal anti-police agenda, such as the bail and discovery reform laws passed back in 2019. The legislative package includes measures that would repeal the bail and discovery reform law enacted by Governor Cuomo and the Democrat majorities in the state Senate and Assembly, along with adding provisions to allow judges discretion when setting bail for dangerous defendants. The introduction of the Victims' Justice Agenda comes a week after Governor Cuomo declared a disaster emergency on gun violence here in New York. Well, Chautauqua County's 4-H Youth Development Meat Animal Sale is back for the 57th year, coinciding with the previously planned Unfair Showcase of Animals at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds next week, July 21st through the 25th. Our Jason Ruttman spoke with one of the group's organizers.
4-H is a youth organization that serves youth ages 5 to 18. These kids meet throughout the winter and learn how to care for their animals, what's happening in the industry, and all of that programming is led by volunteers.
While most events at the Unfair won't be open to the public, the animal auction will be open to anyone who would like to attend, as the participants will have a chance to show off the livestock they've worked so hard to raise.
So they've got to care for them that whole entire time. They're monitoring their weight. They monitor, the feed, and they keep very accurate records of, what they feed, the costs associated with that project, regardless of the species. It definitely teaches responsibility, and dedication to your program.
This year, there definitely won't be a shortage of livestock for buyers to take home.
We'll have 57 hogs. We'll have 8 market goats, 29 pairs of market chickens, about 14 lambs and 14 steers. So, like I said, the majority of these youth have been raising these animals since January.
Sale books will be provided and no bidder numbers will be assigned. You just need to get the attention of a spotter.
You do more than by supporting the youth in this way by purchasing their animals.
That's in reference to how some of the proceeds from each animal sale go back to the Chautauqua County 4-H Youth Development Program to help future 4-Hers raise livestock and learn about the industry. If you can't make it to the sale, you can watch it via live stream on the Chautauqua County 4-H Facebook page, where more information about the event can be found as well. Jason Ruttman, WNY News Now.
Jason, thank you. To learn more about that program, check them out online too at chautauquadotcce.cornell.edu. We'll have more information on our site a little bit later on too. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Donna, good to see Willie, Tiffany, Leanne, and Pam. Hopefully you're all having a great day and staying dry, because that's really been the story. I feel like we're one of those birds on repeat, a parrot, right? Where they just keep repeating the information, Dakota. Yeah, broken record. What are we gonna do? I mean, it's we want some dry weather,
now,
man.
Kids our age have never heard of a record player or a turntable, but
Right.
When a record goes bad, it tends to skip over itself as it's playing, and also a CD will do that too. What? What's a CD?
Right. A CD will skip, right?
Yeah, a CD will skip.
Would you have a bad scratch? I remember that.
Yep.
Boy, does that mean we're old? That we know that?
Yes, we're old as dirt. But something that's not old as dirt is this new camera that just came online yesterday. This camera is located atop of Randolph Peaches and Cream, and this camera overlooks Whedon Park in Randolph. This is a fantastic new camera that we just installed. This is a wonderful camera, and you're going to see a lot more of this camera as we go throughout the summer months, and of course in the winter. Obviously, when it starts to snow, we can't wait to see the snowpack here from this camera. So thanks to our friends at Randolph Peaches and Cream for allowing us to install this camber.
Thank you, Gary, for letting us install it. It was awesome.
Yes, this is a fantastic new camera, and again, you're going to see a lot of this camera going forward. So again, thanks to Peaches and Cream for just allowing us to use their space to have this camera up. And speaking of the rain, we've got more rain here. Over half an inch in Mayville yesterday, 43/100ths of an inch in Falconer, 24/100ths of an inch. Gary, now Jamestown officially at the airport, 22/100ths of an inch, 18/100ths of an inch in Frewsburg, and in Randolph, speaking of which, 11/100ths of an inch. So let's take this 22/100ths of an inch, and you know what graphic is coming next? I'm surprising you. No, I'm not really surprising you with this graphic, but we've been showing this graphic every day, mainly because it's amazing how much rain we've had in the first 2 weeks. 8.26 inches is the rainfall total for the month as we stand right now. That's a surplus of nearly 6 inches. We're still ranking as the 4th rainiest July on record, and Andrew and I were talking about this in the weather office. We only need 86/100ths more of an inch to tie the record of 9.12 set in 1902. And I do think, something I talked about yesterday, I do think we are going to get there in terms of either tying or breaking the record. Now, there actually is a aerial flood watch that is in place for Erie and Crawford counties in Pennsylvania. It does not include any part of Western New York or Warren County, but I would not be a bit surprised if the Weather Service opts to extend this eastward into our region, and I'll show you why here coming up actually right now on the forecast rainfall totals coming off FutureScan. You can see here that some of the heavier totals is pointing to where that flood watch actually is in effect, over an inch, 2 inches or more. Once you work into Warren, maybe 2.5 inches through Sunday morning. This comprises tonight, today, tonight, and then through the day tomorrow. So the heavier rain totals, even an inch or more, could be enough to cause flooding with the excessive amount of rain that we've had. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that flood watch is extended further eastward. We'll let you know on that as the day goes on. HD News Now cam, nothing new with this one. We've always had this camera and we'll continue to have it for you. Overcast skies downtown right now, 71 degrees, no wind to speak of, and the dew point still up there at 67. So that, again, is a driving factor with some of the rain that we've had. Here are some of the rain showers moving through on First Defense Doppler. Again, no lightning strikes in this, so we can't really call them thunderstorms. We can call them rain showers, but we can't call them thunderstorms when there's no lightning. This is out ahead of our next cold front. The cold front moves through tonight, and you know what that's going to do. That's going to bring a brief change in the overall temperatures here. So here's FutureScan showing you the heavier rain. This particular model, especially tonight and tomorrow, notice it tries to paint the heavier rain further to the north. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think some of it's going to sag a little bit further southward. And again, as you saw in that forecast rain model, over an inch could be possible, especially through tomorrow. A few more scattered showers will start to taper off on Saturday. Then Sunday, we should get one mainly dry day, but at least a pop-up storm will be possible. Hey, download the WNY News Now app. You can get it on your iPhone or on your Android device. Those two sexy, handsome guys right there will keep you updated on the weather 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So the zone forecast, the inland areas today, this is going to be cooler, but the humidity is going to make it feel warmer. A heavy storm possible. Watch out for some aerial flooding late in the day possible. Next 7 days right now, 74 tomorrow, 76 on Sunday, an isolated storm chance, but we're keeping it mainly dry. Pop-up storms Monday and Tuesday, and both Wednesday and Thursday looking dry and less cooler and less humid as well. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society, and my favorite segment, it's the Pet of the Week. Joining us live is Amanda Sublett to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. And I see you have a feline with us this afternoon, Amanda.
I do. This is my friend Speedy. You can tell he's a sweetie. That's Speedy the sweetie. He's a young guy, about 1.5, 2 years old. He's really perfect mix of independent and codependent. He loves to be social with people. He's not going to be your lap cat, but he's definitely going to sit next to you and cuddle up. He has lived in homes with other cats before, so he would definitely do well there. I think he'd make a great friend for a small child as well, but one who also knows how to respect his space, because when he's done, he doesn't want to be bothered. He likes to wander around a bit. His favorite activity here is definitely bird watching. You'll always find him in front of our window.
Yeah, and I know a couple weeks ago we were, I think, in the same space where you guys strategically place those bird feeders out there so that you can get a good view. It seems like he interacts well with some of the other cats. If he was coming into a home with other cats or even a dog, do you know how he would behave?
I think he would do well with a dog if that dog knew how to respect him and leave him alone. He's not an overly playful cat, but he likes to be included in what's going on during the day and what you might be doing as well. He's definitely going to do well with other cats.
That's great. And as you mentioned, a lot of times we talk on this show about how to educate your kids. Again, for somebody who's out there, maybe they're looking at Sweetie and they say, I love the way that he lays down and he's so calm, collective. What should they tell their son or daughter about, hey, we're going to get this cat, this is what you have to do?
Well, I actually tell my kids, they're all pretty young, when we're learning about how to interact with the cats and dogs at home, if you don't like being picked up randomly, or if you don't like something jumping into your face, you shouldn't do it to them either. When you put it in the perspective from their point of view, it makes a lot more sense to them.
Absolutely. And, Sweetie definitely taken center stage here today. Amanda, Brian, and Sweetie, thank you so much for coming on the program. To learn more about him or any of the other furry friends that we see walking around, it's really easy. All you got to do is head online to chqhumane.org. Certainly, we see so many happy, smiling cats this afternoon there. And looks like he's going to jump up a little higher, maybe? Maybe are they talking to each other? That's possible. You never know what's going to happen there at the cat colony, Dakota. It's just one of those things. It's
What do you want for lunch, Baxter?
Right, exactly.
I don't know. I was thinking of some 9 Lives, maybe Special Kitty. I don't know. Seafood medley. I don't know. Maybe a bird if I can catch one.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good. Yeah, I bet right now. They only wish that they could catch a bird on their to-do list.
Look, Ma, I brought you a present.
Oh, boy. Did that ever happen with your cat,
Yes.
Dakota? Did he brought you guys presents?
Yeah, she would. Actually, I really shouldn't say this because it's kind of awful, but she had a tendency, and we kept telling her not to do it. She had a tendency to kill baby rabbits.
Oh, no.
And she would kill a baby rabbit and bring it up on the porch and want praise for it. And I'm like, okay.
No.
you
Well,
shouldn't kill baby rabbits.
I understand. I do. I mean, they're hunters at heart, right?
Right.
They're little lions.
She only did it a couple of times, but still,
Right.
We kept telling her, no, you don't.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us this week. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. We'll leave you with a live look over our brand new Randolph camera out there.
Woo!
And it's raining. You definitely, a good soaker coming down. When you're on the go, stay in the know. I can't even read what
Easy
I'm
for you to say.
I'm so excited about the camera, that's why. When you're on the go, it's easy to stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free, too, in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.